What's up, Transformdom? This is Ben here, and today we're going to take a look at the FansToys FT-47 rig, and this is FansToys' masterpiece scaled interpretation of Huffer. So here's the box from the front, one side, other side, top, bottom, and back. So let's crack this guy open. Very cool, very cool. We've got his gun, more weapons, and an additional hit, and that's Huffer. And here's rig. Oop, there you go. Nice, solid, and hefty. Wow, that's so metallic. I happen to have Bad Cube's Huff right here. I wish the head would have gone on Huff. But yeah, okay. Ooh, that chemical smell is really something. Okay, ta-dang. Jeez, the whole thing is almost die cast. Okay, the body is die cast. Okay, let's just get down to the review. FansToys continues with their effort to put out all the mini bots, and this time with Mr. Complainer Rig. The diecast on this toy is very noticeable when you first pick up the toy, but surprisingly the diecasts are not at the joints, because I could feel the cool metal touch that isn't just from the overly ambitious metallic paint applied all over this toy. The amount of diecast on Rig is crazy impressive, and for the paint choice I would have preferred a more matte look, but I think perhaps FansToys found it difficult to color match the yellow paint that is applied on the metal bits and the plastic bits. The chest on Rig is painted in 2 shades of metallic blue. In hand, away from the bright white lights and white background, I think FansToys has just kind of overdone on the metallic paint. I would have preferred a much subtle metallic flaked paint like Spindrift or Dune Runner. I'm also quite impressed that I can pose Rig with this really fun running pose where I can balance the toy on his toes. This is such a cool pose, but usually Rig can't stand up too long in this pose because of the top heavy diecast bits. I love how the backpack is kept clean, and I think this is one of the better face sculpts by FansToys. Contrastingly, a letdown on this toy has to be the one-piece hip flap. I mean, I've seen some cartoon episodes where Huffer will lift his thighs up, and I think that FansToys can employ the MP-47 type of engineering to make the look a whole lot more fluid. For accessories, we have 3 guns that we saw in multiple cartoon episodes and sometimes even in the same episode. We have the smaller rounded gun, which was Huffer's choice of pistol. We also have the small squarish pistol and the big 2-handed machine gun. The pegs on the guns are at the back of the handle, so it was quite challenging when trying to peg the guns into the palms because the handles would move. But you can ultimately peg it in with patience. I think FansToys should do away with this style of pegging because I was afraid to break their hands and arms while pegging them in. So here's Rig with a rounded shaped pistol, the squarish shaped pistol, and the big 2-handed machine gun. Rig also comes with an extra helmet and faceplate to recreate the moments where he was either shouting or screaming for his life. To remove the helmet, you gotta remove the entire head from the mushroom peg, which can be quite difficult on the first try. But anyway, here's Rig with his stoic face and his screaming face. So here's Rig from the front, side, other side, back, bottom, and top. So let's do some comps. Here's Rig with MP-45 Bumblebee, Honk, Spindrift, Dune Runner, Bad Cube's Huff, Sunstreaker, Ironhide, and MP-44 Optimus Prime.
Initiating VisScan technology.
Using my VisScan tech, here are the painted app bits. Everything on Rig has to be painted because there's so much metallic paint, but notable areas are the eyes, face, chest, and waist.
Employing Cold Sense technology.
Using my Cold Sense tech, here are the die-cast bits. Where isn't there any die-cast? Just kidding. Die-cast detected on the overhead cover, chest, and calves.
Compiling Toon Screen technology.
Using my Toon Screen tech, here are the Toon accurate bits, the eyes, shoulder to arm lengths, arms and hands, light blue section on the chest, hips, thighs, legs, and feet. And for the non-Toon bits, and I'm nitpicking over here, the head cover, the helmet is too rounded, the shading around the eyes, the bridge on the nose, the mouth area, and waist buckle. So here's Rig in an almost chibi mode, ready to roll in these magnificent rubber wheels. Transforming this toy took about 40 minutes without any instructions and having the magical moments of seeing FansToys employing new ways of how we transform our MPs these days. The chest flips down to the leg section while the legs tucks into the cabin, which was at the head of Rig. These rearranging of parts and limbs is truly an engineering marvel that was quite intuitive while challenging enough to force me to think about solving the puzzle. The metallic golden kind of orange is an eye catcher with a few blue bits from his bot mode. The classic Huffer arms that converts into a pair of silver exhaust are there. The rear section boasts lots of flaps that serve as covers and are well detailed. I believe I'm enjoying this little truck mode a little bit more than his complainable bot mode. For articulation in the alt mode, we have wheels that move. That's it. There are no extra accessories in the alt mode, but the weapons can peg together to form a turret that can clip onto the rear of Rig. Again, I found it kind of difficult to clip on the weapons into the rear of Rig, and I think that this is something that FansToys gotta think about, that you don't peg weapons into something that will fold in the same direction that you're pushing towards, because everything is just gonna fold away. I think the best way to peg in the turret is to lift the whole flap up. Put your fingers under the flap to prevent the flap from being pushed down while you're trying to peg in the weapon. Once the turret is clipped on, it secures well, and it kind of reminds me of the turrets used on rebel or terrorist pickup trucks. And if you happen to have the MP-44 trailer, you can peg the hitch on Rig to the trailer and it will sit quite comfortably for you to roll out. So here's Rig from the front, side, other side, back, bottom, and top. Let's do some comps. Here's Rig with MP-45 Bumblebee, Sunstreaker, Ironhide, Bat Cube's Huff, and MP-11 Starscream.
Initiating Vscan technology.
Using my Vscan tech, here are the painted app bits. Rig is painted all over with notable details on the front grille, side windows, and rims.
Employing Cold Sense technology.
Using my Cold Sense tech, here are the die-cast bits. Die-cast detected under the truck and at the rear section.
Compiling Tune Screen technology.
Using my Tune Screen tech, here are the tune accurate bits, the headlights, windshield, side windows, air horns, and maybe the exhaust tips. For the non-tuned bits, the vertical center on the front grille, the bumper is too thin, the fenders, most of the exhausts, and the rear section is more on the bare real truck look. So what do I think about Rig? Let's talk about 3 pros and 1 would be better. 1. This is one hell of a tune accurate representation of Huffer. 2. I like that FansToys included 3 gun options that Huffer didn't really use in the cartoon, but is included. 3. I love the transformation to the alt mode. There were a couple of wow moments that define these new MP designs. The 1 would be better has to be the sparkly metallic paint. I think a more subtle metallic paint would suffice. Is this FansToys' best minibot in terms of quality? I think Spindrift and Sheridan are a lot better. I also hope that FansToys can up their articulation as well. The sculpt is very good and the representation of our beloved characters are quite on point, but I hope that FansToys want to improve their products because it seems that they are stuck in their formula and the only thing that they have done is to update the sculpt or tune look and added a couple of doors that open up in their vehicle modes, but that's about it. So is this rig worth the upgrade over the Bat Cube option? I don't really know if you're just a display kind of collector, but if you love transforming your toys, I think this rig is just worth it. But if you don't have any Huffer in your collection, I think rig is a better buy. But these are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Please leave them in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and share buttons and also smash the sub and bell icons because it really does help the channel. Again, this is Ben signing off and I'll see you on the flip side.